Tell me, mommy, ma, we won't be home for tea. Absolutely superb, ladies and gentlemen. What a night for Newcastle United. What were we nervous for? Why were we all nervous before the game? Why were we all questioning Eddie going 5 at the back? He knows what he's doing, guys, and I think that's pretty clear tonight. What an amazing night. What an amazing performance. Changes were made to that side. Botman was brought in, of course, and Trippier replaced Livramento, and they could not have played any better than they did. Trippier, for me, absolute man-mountain tonight. Superb performance. Botman, absolutely outstanding. Rolls-Royce, whatever you want to call him, brilliant. The whole lot of them were brilliant. You know, Tonali and Bruno had a very, very difficult task tonight with the formation we played going against that Arsenal midfield. But my God, Tonali didn't have to do much with the ball. He did a lot of running and tackling and defending. Bruno, brilliant in getting us up the field. Look, it was always going to be Arsenal tonight coming at us because they were 2-0 down. They had a lot to play for. They had to come at us. And they did. But we weathered the storms. We defended superbly well. You know, they couldn't really get past us. Dubravka had a couple of saves to make. But apart from that, absolutely nothing else. We were brilliant tonight. Absolutely brilliant to a man. And Arsenal tried the usual tricks of throwing themselves to the floor, trying to get in our faces, rough us up. We didn't bite to any of it. In fact, we gave it back to them. Kai Havertz, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be absolutely embarrassed to have Kai Havertz in my team. Absolutely embarrassed. That guy is a crap footballer and he's a crap individual for pushing himself to the floor numerous times, trying to cause us trouble, trying to get our players booked. Disgraceful footballer. Disgraceful footballer. Should be ashamed. But I guess, look, I'm recording this as soon as I've come off Matchday Live from the live commentary. So I don't know what's been said on social media. I don't know how the Arsenal fans are reacting. I do know that at half-time, a lot of them were back to the Arteta out situation, get him out the club and stuff like that. Look, he was out-thought again by Eddie Howe tonight. And Eddie Howe who seems to have this hoodoo over Mikel Arteta in which, you know, Eddie studies the way Arsenal play. How many corners and free kicks did they have tonight in this supposed fantastic tactical team that score from set pieces? Not tonight, my son. Not tonight. And the fact is, we're going to Wembley again for the second time in 3 seasons. That is a monumental achievement. And you know what? Eddie Howe has had his critics. He's had his critics from us. But he's reached another cup final. Another cup final without any signings, by the way. So he has to get a lot of praise from the Newcastle fans. Whether you still don't think he's good enough to take us forward, I think you're bonkers if you do. Because he's proven to me that he can take us to a cup. He can get silverware. Yes, the rest of the season's going to be difficult because of the no signings and stuff like that. I realise that. But that's the future. That's not about tonight. Tonight was all about those players going on that pitch and performing for the badge and the fans. The fans did their part and Newcastle United players did theirs. They were pumped up for this game. You could tell straight away. As soon as that game kicked off tonight, you knew that those Newcastle United players, despite not having as much as the ball as Arsenal, we were up for it. We were in the faces, we were putting tackles in, we were getting in the faces of Arsenal, and we know that they do not like that kind of football. They like to dictate play. They like to have everything their own way, and it does not work. It does not work for them when you're in the faces, and they just cry. I'll be very interested to see what Arteta has to say after the game. But I guess that'll come in my morning news show. But look, first goal we scored disallowed for offside. Was it? That's the question, because a lot of our American viewers were saying that on American TV, they had the lines across and Isak was onside. It looked very close from the original replay. But Sky did not put the lines up. Now, when you watch the Premier League or any other game, you know, before a decision's made, the viewers at home see the lines. Now, they put it up about 20 minutes later. I'm sorry, I'm not having it. If you're going to have VAR, you need to keep people actually, you know, up to date with what's going on. Not some crappy decision where it goes on all behind the scenes, because that just gets fans knocked, as if to say, well, hang on a minute, why are you not putting that up? Why aren't the fans seeing the lines? And then you do it 20 minutes later and you think, have they just stuck lines on there and stuck it on the screen just to prove they were right? They should be showing it at the time that the incident happened. Simple as that. But then, we galvanise, we go again. Long ball, lovely little flick from Isak. Gordon plays it straight back to him. Isak takes it on his thigh, hits an absolute wonderful shot with his left foot. How he get that bend on it, I do not know, but he did. Thunders off the post, rebounds to Jacob Murphy, whose body is not in a position to just tap that in. He has to scoop himself round and wrap his foot around the ball to make sure he gets good contact on it to go in the back of the net. Really composed finish again from Jacob Murphy. And everybody thinks, it was just a tap in. It wasn't, because if you look at the angle he was when that hit the post, he had to do some kind of strange things with his body in order to wrap the ball around. And then the second goal, we know that Raya is not very good at playing out from the back. I've said this since he signed for Arsenal. He is a liability playing out from the back, and that was proved again tonight. He got his side into terrible trouble, and Gordon finished it off. A couple of minutes before that, Gordon had a wonderful chance to make it 2-0 anyway. He won the ball, but he just curled it wide of the post. I think I would have rather seen him try and loft the ball over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net and try and curl it round him. But who gives a shit? He went on to score, so he can't do more than that. I thought Gordon ran his socks off tonight. First half, he was giving the ball away a lot. First part of the first half. But then he got into the game. And by God, he was a threat to Arsenal all game long. When he got the ball on the left-hand side, trying taking players on. Just brilliant. Murphy on the other side, I think, was more defensive tonight, helping out Kieran Trippier, because whoever was playing on that left-hand side, whether it be Martinelli, Trossard or Sterling late on in the game, you always saw Murphy back there helping before he came off. Just an incredible effort from everybody, because who gives a damn what the commentators or Sky are saying? It'll be all Arsenal this, or Arsenal didn't do this, Arsenal didn't do that. And no praise will come Newcastle United's way. We know how it works with these companies. I was seeing ridiculous comments that the commentators were saying at half-time, saying, Arsenal have the best midfield in the Premier League, and Arsenal have been the better team. Well, excuse me. If Arsenal were the better team, Gary Neville, they would be through. If Arsenal were the better team, they would not have lost over 2 games. 2 games, Gary Neville, not just one. And they've lost 4-0 over those 2 games. So don't come at me crying saying Arsenal should be through because they're the better side. What a load of bull rot that is, by the way. It was a very, very professional performance by Newcastle. And we've seen this so many times from Eddie Howe. How he just galvanises these players. The players get into their heads, and St James's Park is rocking. The whole thing just works. It just works. And it worked brilliantly tonight. I'm so proud to be a Newcastle United fan. 2 days ago, we had the disappointment of not bringing anybody in again in the transfer window. I don't know what the hell the rest of the season's going to hold for us. But right now, I am an incredibly proud Newcastle United fan, and I guess all you guys out there are as well. It's an incredible feeling to be going back to Wembley, isn't it? It's absolutely huge. I don't know who we'll play. It's Liverpool or Tottenham tomorrow night. Tottenham are 1-0 up. Football is a weird game, guys. Don't write Tottenham off despite how bad they've been this season. You just never know in football. You absolutely don't. But listen, that's by the by. It doesn't matter who we play. We're there. We're in the final. And a lot of people think we've done it. A lot of people think that our name's on the cup this year. And hell, Newcastle will just be an incredible place to be if that actually happens. It'll just be jumping. Absolutely jumping. We've got Birmingham next in the cup. I think Eddie will make a couple of changes for that game. Give some players a rest, ready to go again against 3 very difficult Premier League games, by the way. But that's for the future. Tonight was all about the lads getting to Wembley. We were saying a draw, we'll take a draw. We've gone and beat them again 2-0 and 4-0 on aggregate. Just absolutely bouncing. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling tonight, guys. I think there'll be a lot of drinks flowing in the town centre tonight. And, of course, hangovers tomorrow. It's just part of being a Newcastle fan. But they'll be partying late on into the night, no doubt about that. But thank you very much for watching. Please do give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. And of course, Keep subscribing. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, we've got a fantastic community here on the Toon Review. So please come and join this channel and be part of it. So thank you very much. Newcastle 2, Arsenal 0, 4-0 on aggregate. We're going to Wembley. We're going to Wembley again. Take care, everybody. See you soon.